Welcome to the Zoom Player Media Center tutorial. In this tutorial, I will show you how to use the full screen navigation interfaces to have Zoom Player behave as a Media Center application. Very useful when connecting to a TV. To begin with, we will open the main options. Usually you would do this by pressing Enter on the keyboard, but right now I'll open it with the mouse as well, so you can see it more visually. As you can see now, I have the main interface open. The interface contains quite a few sections, like the media library. I will go over each section and explain what it does. The media library allows you to group different locations on your system and have them appear as categories. Pressing right from this dialog will open the categories section. As you can see, I have several different categories, and you can see that some of them are audio categories, some of them are image categories, some of them are movie categories or video categories. Pressing right will open this category, and you can see all the various wallpapers I have here. Pressing right once again on a file will open the function menu. You can go to the previous directory, you can quickly search for a file, you can select the file. This selecting files is good for batch operations, such as cut and copy, paste. If you press enter on select, it will only select the currently highlighted file, but if you press right, you have another menu here, which allows you to select only audio, video, pictures, or multi-part files. Next we press left again, and we're back to the function menu, and here you have add to playlist. This adds the currently selected media to the playlist. If there's several selected, all of them will be added. Pressing right once again will open the playlist dialog. Right now our playlist is empty. Pressing left will bring us back to the media library. This is a folder, so pressing enter on a folder will show us everything in this folder. And now I'll go back by pressing left, and I press left again to bring us back to the main menu. Next you have the file browser. The file browser is similar to the media library, in which it shows you your directory structure. Pressing right will bring us to the drive selection. Where the media library has categories, the file browser show you your system drives, and you can also map network drives. This is something I will show you a bit later. Again, if you press right, it will enter the drive, and you have the same file manipulations functions that you have in the media library. I'll press left back again, and we're back in the main menu. And now I will go to the play history and play one media file. I'll pause it, and here you can see the go to time dialog, which allows you to seek anywhere within the time. So I will just go to, right now it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, and I'll go to 2 minutes 20 seconds, pressing enter, and the video is now at 2 minutes 20 seconds, as you can see. Bringing back up the main navigation interface. Next up you can see the playlist. Pressing right, here's the playlist. Pressing right again, I can do various functions on the playlist, such as removing it from the playlist, erasing the file, selecting it, moving it to the top or bottom, or you can enable or disable random play or shuffle play. You can sort the playlist any way you wish, any way you desire. Next, pressing left back again. Information shows me information on the currently playing file. You can see the file name, the location, the duration. You get a little bit different information when playing audio files. You can see the various tag information such as composer or album. Pressing left once again. You have the equalizer, which allows you to modify the audio sections, the audio properties. You see you have the volume, you have the preamp. Preamp is a digital amplifier, which is only good if the source material is recorded in really low quality, really low volume. Raising it up with a good quality audio would degrade the audio quality. Here you can modify various bands, the different audio frequencies, and you have a preset here. If you press right, you can select from different presets. Pressing enter would activate it. Pressing left goes back. You can also reset the equalizer and enable or disable it entirely. Next, you have the station list. This is for streaming content, either audio or video. This interface is a little bit different than what you may currently have. This is part of the next version either 7.5 or version 8, depending on how many features we'll put into it. You have the favorite section, and these are all shoutcast stations. So if I'll decide to play Americana, you can see the various radio stations. On the left hand side you can see the audio quality. Pressing enter will start streaming the audio, and now we'll press left to go back to the main information, to the main menu. And from here you have the bookmark section. The bookmark section allows you to view and go to different positions in the media file by adding bookmarks and then switching back to them. Color control allows you to control various aspects of the image colors, like hue, saturation, brightness. Download Manager shows you which files are downloading from microtorrent or from emule. Play history, we already skimmed it a bit. It allows you to show previously played files, and you can press right here and you can erase a record, or you can just hide it. The reason you have both erased and hide is you may not want to have one of the items listed here, but you do want to have Zoom Player save the last position. So by hiding it, the item is still remembered, but it's not displayed. And web information allows you to associate web pages with media files. So if you have the associated file, you can have a web page load specifically for that file, such as IMDb for a movie or such thing. Adjust image allows us to adjust various aspects of the image. For example, you have the aspect ratio. Right now it's in derived, but you can have it, for example, disabled, or widescreen, anamorphic, or even a custom aspect ratio. You can have deinterlacing enabled or disabled. Deinterlacing remove combing artifacts that appears when the video is captured using older technology cameras. You can probably find a lot of information about this on the web. Here you have the sharpen. You can sharpen the image here. You can control how the image is sharpened. While in full screen, you can reposition the image. So this is the left position, the X offset. This is the top position, the Y offset. You can control the width and height of the image, and you can resize the height and the width, this is horizontal resize and vertical resize, which keeps the image centered. Next, you have the image blanking. This allows you to black out or blank out a section of the screen. For example, you can see the top section. Right now I'm blanking it. This is useful when the video contains encoded usually black bars. Not all videos contain only the video image. Some actually encode the black bars into the image, and sometimes the black isn't really black, it's more like gray. So using the blanking mode, you can obscure this section of the screen. Next, you have the mouse wheel. You can control what the mouse wheel does. We already have a dedicated tutorial for this, which you can check on our YouTube channel. The context menu is basically identical or nearly identical to the right-click menu, and this is basically a script file which you can create yourself and decide what will appear here. Lastly, on this section, you have the navigation style. Right now we're using the Grapes HD skin, but by pressing the blue chill, you can see the entire interface switch to a new style. And we'll go back to the HD screen. And lastly, pressing left from the main interface brings you to the system functions. You have an exit, which is exit the navigation interface and go back to the player. You can start the screensaver. You can blank a secondary screen. If you have more than one monitor or TV connected to the computer, this will black out or blank out all other screen than the one playing the video, which is useful as it saves a little bit of electricity. Lastly, you can exit the player. This is it for the full screen navigation interfaces. Next, we will close this interface and we'll open the options dialog. And as you can see, we're going through the interface to the full screen navigation section. In this section, you can decide which of the navigation interfaces are listed through on the main interface. You may want to hide some of them if you don't use them. Here you can increase or decrease the number of lines appearing in the navigation interfaces. This depends really on the size of your screen. Usually Zoom Player is designed by default to look good, but some people prefer smaller fonts. Here you can decide how much of the screen the navigation interface covers. If it doesn't cover 100%, you can set a little bit of margins, how many margins from the side of the screen to keep in pixels. You can have navigation interfaces automatically closed after a few seconds. This is the keyboard or controller acceleration speed. This controls how fast scrolling occurs when scrolling through very large lists. If you had, for example, in your media library a directory with 1,000 music files, scrolling can be very slow if you have to scroll them one by one. By holding down the button and enabling scroll acceleration, you'll get, the longer you hold the button down, the faster the scroll will accelerate, and it will stop accelerating after 300 milliseconds. That's the current the default value after leaving the keyboard. When using keyboard searches, you can decide if it searches from the start of the line or the end of the line, and the keyboard searches reset after 2500 milliseconds, which is 2.5 seconds. If the navigation screen coverage is not 100%, You can just position it on screen on top left corner or any other section of the screen. You can change the font if you prefer. Some people prefer narrow fonts, so more characters can be visible on screen. So you can do that through here. Here you can add, edit, and remove network path, which will appear in the file browsing navigation interface. As you can see, there are more sections, such as you can enable safe mode, which hides some of the more dangerous functions, such as erasing files. For more information on these other settings, you can just press on Help Export and press on the contextual help. It will bring up the web page, which will explain each and every one of these settings and what it does. You can also define a few paths, like the default media open path for the file browser interface. And if you remember, we talked about associating web pages with media files. Here you can specify a web file. This can be an HTML file, which will load by default if no associated file exists for the currently playing media. And finally, the file tracker allows you to specify the various microtorrent and emule information, which allows some player to track the downloads, which is useful when using a full screen interface. That's it for the full screen interface, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and stay tuned for our next version, which will include even more integrated navigation and more intuitive controls for the mouse and keyboard. Thank you for watching this tutorial. See you next time.